wait, no, mine's over there.
This is number 203. This is another native understory plant that grows in very similar conditions, but usually in the middle of forests, but on the same type of soils and same sort of plant associations as Amelanchier canadensis. This is Carpinus caroliniana. What does caroliniana mean? Carolinas. And you've heard of the Carolinian life zone, which we are at the northerly limit of, right? So this is a species that's only found in that narrow band from here down to the Carolinas, right? So we're very unique in London and the London area because of the distribution and the terminus of the Carolinian zone. This is the most northerly reaches for things like Liriodendron as well. It's called blue beech. Beech refers to the genus Fagus. However, it is not really a beech because it's a Carpinus, right? It's also called musselwood. That's one of its common names. And if you look at the stem, especially down here, you see that rippling? So it's like someone flexing their muscles. It's not because the wood is strong, it's because the wood or the trunk on older trees looks like this. They really have an indeterminate form, i.e. they're kind of a bit all over the place. I've never seen one, I might be calling myself a liar there because it might have been in a milder climate like New Zealand or something, so there could be one up on the website where I've taken a photo where it's a little more determined. But let me rephrase that. In Canada, I've never seen one where it's had the perfect form. They're all kind of twisted and gnarly and beaten up. Now, part of the problem here is we've had a bit of snow fall down and decapitate a couple of them. But even here, you can see that they're like this. And this is typically the way they grow in the woods. They kind of twist and turn to reach the light. The easy identification characteristic of them at this time of year is the very, very, very fine branching. This is one of the finest branched trees you will learn. So if you can only remember, again, one characteristic of this plant, is bang, right there.
So I mean, they have like lots of storm damage, or?
Well, they do, because this is just a horribly designed space. Because you know, we actually did this as a landscape project. This was redesigned, but when I first came here, the railings weren't here. There was no gravel and no areas like this. They had to put this in, redesign the space because of this issue. So it used to be in the winters they would close this courtyard. You couldn't come out here because you'd get killed with ice sliding off the roof. To the point that it's even taken off these crash barricades. You see these things here, which are designed to break up the snowfall. If you look over here, the ice in some years, they just rip those right off the roof. So it got pretty violent here. But we saw this as an opportunity because of the shading here, and these are some of the existing trees that were done in the original design, of putting some Carolinian species and understory species here. Right, so that's what we've got. We've got Tirella on below them, which is a native wild plant called foam flower below them. So you'll see too that there's some variation between the trees. Some of them have retained their leaves still, and some of them are on there quite firmly, so they're going to be there for most of the winter, whereas some are completely denuded. Right, so there is genetic variation here too. But this is a honey locust, Gladicia tricanthus, variety of Nermis, remember? The dodo? Yeah. And it's probably a cultivar shade master or one of the old standbys.
Shade master.
Yeah. Shade master. Yeah. The master of shade. Yeah. Okay, you're up.